Time for another video of the yard. You can see the sod is doing really good. You were here when we laid it. In fact, helped me lay some of it. But it's looking really good. That's where I ended. Look how green it is. Much different than what it looked like before. Now that's the one spot over there. Oh, I did this. I don't think you were here when I did this. Put that brick down there. It's under the table. Oh, and you weren't here when I did put this all back out. But it looks good. The swing set. This mulch or this sod is looking really good. The flower beds are not doing as well as they should, but it's been so hot. I mean, this one needs weeded, but it looks good. It's still got a lot of flowers in it. They're just not blooming. Now the roses just keep on blooming. Even the yellow ones, after they got attacked by bugs, it's come back. All the leaves are coming back. Karen cuts it back and they come back. This is where we had the pool. Oh, this is the butterfly bench. I painted it. Karen chose the colors and the design, but it's all looking good back here. Oh wait, you gotta see the grape now. See, these are still doing good. Still got some flowers growing back here, but like I said, the heat's been so bad. These are those handprints. We put those out. But look at the grape. Starting to grow up that arbor. How many grapes there are. Just lots of grapes, which is cool compared to what it looked like earlier this spring in that earlier spring video I made. Oh, and these things, these cone flowers, look at those things. They're just beautiful, really big. Karen said she's going to get more of these for out front. But they're really nice. And then looking back at that sod, yeah, this area here is, like I said, is where I had the pool. I didn't put sod there intentionally because of the pool, but now it looks so barren. I'm going to have about 30 more pieces of sod brought in to fill this in. And then if I want to put the pool out and it kills it, I'll just get more sod. It's not that expensive. This place we found. But looks really good. Oh, and here's more roses, of course. They just do really good out here. Oh, there's our handprints. That's Matt and Michelle's. Look at how small Michelle's hand is to Matt's. And this is Karen and mine. There's a moon on there. Moon in the sun, I believe. I can't really tell in the sun. But this yellow rose is starting to bloom, getting ready to bloom. A lilac bush. More roses. Oh, I got the pool sitting up here drying out. I stuck it up there so it's off the ground. But isn't it just beautiful out here? Of course, the sandbox. Look at that grass by the sandbox. I got to get out here and cut this grass. These lilies aren't doing so good. I think they just got too much heat in here because they haven't bloomed yet this year. Again, the roses just don't go crazy here. Look at these roses. And these things, Karen constantly has to cut these back. I don't know what they call those things, but they just grow and grow and grow. Oh, I had this thing, gosh, since you was a kid, I had this metal stand for a chair, one of those like eggshell chairs. And I never had the chair. And then we were at the PX a couple weeks ago, and I found this chair for it, and it's perfect. It works really nice. Oh. Karen just replanted plants in there. Those plants you got me for Father's Day, those blue purple ones, they got all wilted. Karen had to trim them back, and she put them in her care bed back there. I'll show you. And look at that canna lily. It's just getting huge. Hi, hon. Oh, and I painted these chairs. I think I had painted these before you came. I don't remember. I think so. And then I painted these chairs for 4th of July. I got all this stuff painted. It looks really good. And then this one, it's all painted. Looks good. More cone flowers. And this baker's rack, I just painted it. I don't remember if I had put that sign up and put those flowers or some. Yeah, I did. I had these butterflies in that sign up. But look at those hostas over there. Incredible, huh? Just huge. And those purple flowers, I forget what she calls them. She made these fake flowers for decorations for 4th of July. Oh, you gotta see this flower. It's amazing. Look at this flower. Look how huge it is. Look at it compared to my hand, size-wise. It's huge. It's got a bunch of blooms on it. I forget what that's called. But look at the size of it compared to my hand. It's huge. But it's all looking good. Her sunflowers aren't doing so good. She needs to get those planted in the ground. That one's not doing too bad, but there's only one in there. This one has 2 in there. And these are her Save Me beds. And she's got like different types of vegetables in there. Or I forget what it is. But these beds she just cleaned out. They're looking good. I figured I'd send you guys another video of the yard as it is. Oh, these, honey, what's that flower called? Hibiscus. Hibiscus. That big red flower. And then these are the ones you got me for my Father's Day. This one and that one. And they just, because it's been so hot and dry here, they just couldn't take it. So she had to replant them in this here bed where she keeps everything watered real well. And once they get better, she'll replant them somewhere that they'll survive better. Too much sun. But everything's all the flowers are having a rough time because of the weather. These are doing good. These are sun-eating flowers anyway, though. And they always do good. All these things that she puts in here usually do pretty good. This one's looking kind of rough, but it's really pretty. Snapdragons. This one's looking rough, but it's coming back. She just watered everything yesterday again. And these look really good here. I don't know what those are called. Lantana or something like that. This is looking really good. I don't know what that is. I painted that guy. I still gotta do some touch up on him. Oh. And this pretty pink tree here. You know, this tree we got years and years and years ago, and it hasn't grown at all. We put it here and it's been perfect there because it doesn't grow. Our little gnome bed here. Look at how big these fish have gotten this year. These were baby koi last year, but look at the size of them. Can you believe that? I'm gonna have to move these into the big pond and put the little fish over here. Those were bigger fish over there when I put them in. We got these all from her mom's house. But, you know, we cut all these trees back. You can see, I don't know if you can see with this bright sun or not, but we cut all these way back. We had a guy come in. He did a wonderful job. But I just painted her. A little bird. I don't know what these are. They're some type of a vegetable that gotten out of control. If you look at the earlier video that I sent you back in the late spring, you know, these tomatoes were tiny. They were just barely 2 or 3 inches tall. But look at them now, and they're full of tomatoes. Karen picked off the first tomato yesterday. You can see the tomatoes down in there. Oh, look at, there's another one there. It's got full of tomatoes. Now they'd be bigger if the deer hadn't come in and ate part of them, ate the top of them off. And then the deer ate the peas and the these are the peas and these are beans, so they're not looking so great. And then you got carrots. Look, the deer ate all of the strawberries. Now we've had those strawberries since you were a little kid. I don't know if you remember, we had planted a big strawberry bed, but these are all left over from that strawberry bed. And the deer ate all of her hostas out front here. These are blooming now. I think I hear the deer over there. Now, I don't know why every year she says, I'm going to see what this blooms out to. It's a weed. It's a weed every year. Same weed. Oh, and this tree that I cut back last year, I forget, it's, I don't know I forget what they call it, wisteria or something like that. But look at how tall it's getting. It's come back. We're going to let it grow up and see if we can just keep it like a little dome over this door. And that thing, if you look back at the spring pictures, that thing it was big then, but now it's huge. And you've seen all this earlier this year when you came out and surprised the hell out of me. See the trees, how thin they are now. Oh, you were here. You seen the trees. That's right. We had that, you were here when they were doing some of that work. And these bricks, I'm going to redo this fountain here. You know, I built this fountain when you were like 6 years old or something like that. And it's when I built this bridge, just for you, because you wanted a bridge and a pond out here. Actually, I built that pond first because you wanted a pond, and then you said, no, I want a bridge over the pond. So then I built this bridge over this pond, and with a new pond, and put this water fountain in. But I kind of just threw that together, and it's lasted well, but it just doesn't look really good. I mean, it looks really rustic, but I want it to look more magical. So I'm going to build something better. You'll see what it's going to look like. It'll look good. I got a picture in my mind. And then going out here, I've been burning that fire pit. All the cicadas, if you look, see if you can see. I can't tell if you can see the brown tips on these trees. But what happened was the cicadas, when they lay eggs on the leaves, the female has like a knife edge on her tail, and she cuts it so those branches will break and fall, and the eggs will hatch on the ground, and then they crawl back into the holes in the ground. They back into the ground for another 17 years. I thought that was interesting. Something Karen had told me she found online. But look at the hostas, all eaten down. The deer. And this is my latest work. See these here, some more of those. I'm gonna wait and see what these bloom into. And what they do is they bloom into a weed, and then they bloom into seeds, and then I have more weeds that I gotta get rid of later. But look, this is my latest accomplishment. Just before 4th of July, I cleaned these beds out. I redid all the bricks, relaid them, and filled it with 20 more bags of sand or dirt in each of these whole beds. So it looks really good. And then looking back, it's looking good here, guys. I just wanted to make this quick video. It's not very quick, is it? And I'll post it on YouTube, and I'll send you the link. But I also painted all these little guys. Alligator man, 2 blackbirds. And for 4th of July, you know, we always put out these flags. Now, I didn't last year, but normally I do. And I've got these fans from Walmart. I'm going to build a little fairy house here on a tree. It'll look pretty cool. I seen a picture of it online. I thought, hey, that's a pretty cool idea. A little gnome house. I gotta paint those lines out there and those poles. I just haven't gotten to it yet this year. It's been a few years since I painted them. They need it bad. I gotta move this wood stack. This is, you were here, this was the wood that I asked them to leave so I can burn it this winter. And this is when pigs fly. It's a flying pig. 3 flying pigs. Oh, isn't that pretty? That's actually a water fountain. I painted it. It was all nasty looking. Looks pretty cool now. But these beds look really good. And Karen's dad's tree, it's doing really good. And of course, his owl. And this is that thing I got from Bill and Julia. Our flag does not fly because the wind moves it. It flies because of the breath of every soldier who served protecting it. And so I built me a little stand and put it on right in front of my flag. But these roses are doing good. Now this one here was the best rose I had, and it was the most beautiful, biggest rose. And it's had some problems with bugs eating it, so it's kind of struggling right now. And those are those cicadas things. I've burnt that out like 4 times now, and it gets really tall with all those dead branches falling down. I cleaned all this up last night, and there's more back here. Our swans, we've had these swans forever, since she was little. Our butterfly bush. Look at that one back there, how tall it is. I've never seen a butterfly bush that tall. And the rose tree, it's full of roses again, 2nd time this year. That's the nice thing about roses. They bloom all summer long. Oh, look. I finally got him finished. My eagle dancer. He looks really good, doesn't he? And, oh, this here. She keeps changing everything in this thing. There's probably 1,000 flowers in this, underneath all these flowers on top right now. Let's see. Oh, these things, I don't know what these are called, but they're really pretty too. There's another rose in there and another rose up there. And the hostas, they've all bloomed out already, which is really surprising because it's really early for them. Normally they bloom in July. They bloomed and are done blooming already.
Motion detected at the front door.
And then she's got these hanging plants. Oh, we had these banners up for 4th of July. We got to take those down. Of course, I got to pull out all my flags too. Another birdhouse I'm going to stick up there. We got. But I just wanted to share the beauty of the house with you and Jen. I know you've seen it recently, but some of the changes. And just want to say I love you, son. Love you, Jen. You guys be safe. Love you. Bye.